People are speculating about children. I mean, that's the next step in a marriage, so who knows? Maybe we'll see Iris full-bellied and with child.
Nora shouldn't be here. Have we met?
No, I'm a complete and total stranger.
Alan always pays.
Oh my God.
No worries.
I'm thinking about trying my hand at something new.
Like what?
For starters, training someone to take over.
There's another Flash on your Earth?
There will be. Soon as I'm done training her.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. I wanted to do a Flash Season 5, Arrow Season 7 video because Arrow in particular just teed up a really big criminal organization. There was a scene that literally reads like, hey, we're going to be bringing this back in Season 7. You've just met the villains of Season 7. Flash Season 5 stuff is all part of this coffee shop girl, Flash family-centric, more time travel-based stuff, but it also goes back to what Abracadabra said. If you're new to the channel, I do a Flash ring giveaway every week. All you have to do to enter is just be a subscriber, leave a comment on the video. Let's start with the Flash stuff first. So, Coffee Shop Girl and Abracadabra from last season. A couple other scenes that Barry, Iris, and Jay Garrick have had this season that let you know what's coming next. These are things that we plan to do. Coffee Shop Girl is the thing that everyone's talking about. I think, the twist of twist that we're expecting is that it won't be Tornado twins Dawn and Dawn. It'll be Nora Allen. She'll be named after Barry's mother.
Nora shouldn't be here.
Nora isn't supposed to be here is one of the gibberish lines that he had at the very beginning of the season when he was scribbling those future Speed Force symbols. They said that they weren't doing a lot of time travel this season, but Coffee Shop Girl herself is confirmed to be from the future, so they've already done an element of time travel. It seems like next season we'll slowly get back to that, because you bring Flash family from the future, you start to tease more Flash family-based stories, you have to incorporate some elements of time travel. But just because you're doing Flash family doesn't mean you have to get really crazy with it like Mark Waid era, where you deal with the Reverse Flash family, Malcolm Thawne. It gets really nuts. I don't think they're going to be doing anything like that. But then you have scenes like Abracadabra's at the end of Season 3 where they Babe Ruth style call their shot and give you a teaser for things to come. Like at the end of Season 1 with all those different scenes. Here's Killer Frost. Here's Barry in jail like we saw during Season 4. Here's the Flash Museum. So there are things that they've done this season that tell you where they're headed next. So think about the really big scenes. The idea that you're looking more to the future, like you have villains from the future coming back into the past. You have family members from the future coming back into the past. It sounds like if Coffee Shop Girl is really just like a minor character this season, if they want to bring her back, it will have to be a more Flash family future-based storyline next season. The thing about the Flash, and it's also true of Arrow, is that no matter where they go, they always have a base of operations that they come back to where most of the team stays. So that's always going to be Star Labs in present day. We'll always come back to that no matter where Barry goes or where the villains come from. But one of the important and very easy slam dunk things that I think that the Flash TV show can do to make it more relevant, more relatable for people that aren't comic book fans, and more exciting for comic book fans at the same time is to do a more Flash family-centric story, as long as they can balance all those characters well, because you can't really do Flash family without doing Wally, but it almost seems like he's still going to be on Legends of Tomorrow next season, so he's a bit of a question mark, but they've kind of been teasing the progression of Barry and Iris' relationship. Candace Patton herself has teased the idea that someday she'd like to see Iris be pregnant and have a baby on the show, which just screams Flash family-based story. It's just the easiest thing to do. Most of the Flash comics, the biggest stories, are Flash family-centric stories. But in the short term, what'll probably happen at the end of the season is as Cisco goes off to help Gypsy and the other Breachers during the break, like he says, okay, I'm gonna go away for a while, they'll find a reason for him to come back during Season 5. Caitlin right now seems like she still doesn't have her powers. Unless they fix that in the next couple of episodes, the break for her will probably be her trying to find a way back to her Killer Frost powers and just going back to her old life like after Season 1 where she became a researcher at Mercury Labs, just doing normal stuff. Barry and Iris, during the break, pretty easy slam dunk. They said that they were going to be spending time doing husband-wife married couple stuff. They're like, we haven't been doing much of that since we got married. We need to do that. So probably just a vacation for them. Hopefully Wally comes back and they'll just have him watch the city while they're on vacation. Because they're finally going to reveal who Coffee Shop Girl is in the finale, I'm expecting that once they explain it, she'll go back to the future like, okay, I've done what I came here to do, I need to go back. But because she's a relatively notable actress and the character seems really interesting, I would like to see them bring her back regardless of what kind of Flash family story they do. It'll really just depend on how they spike that ball. Like, they make her Nora Allen, she's Barry's daughter, but do they want to make her a version of the Tornado Twins, or do they want to make her a version of Bart Allen, and she's a speedster? The last little bit too, Jay Garrick said that he was going to be training a female speedster to take his place on Earth 3. If that's not going to be Jesse Quick, it's probably going to be Coffee Shop Girl, meaning that she would permanently come from the future to stay in present day, which would be more of a Bart Allen style story. The reason that Bart came from the future was a little bit different, so I'm expecting whatever the Flash TV show does with some of these characters in these storylines to be a little bit different. When it comes to Arrow, talking about the Diaz episode that they just had, you guys probably heard about the Quadrant and you're like, wait a minute, is that like the Ninth Circle from the Green Arrow comics? Because that would be a really cool Season 7 storyline. So what have they done every season on Arrow? Oliver tries to protect his city in varying ways at varying degrees. Season 1 is about the list. He's just checking off names of bad guys in the city. Season 2, he pays the consequences. Slade tries to destroy his city for his actions during Season 1 and Season 2. You get to Season 3, Season 4, Season 5. He still tries to save his city season to season, but he tries to affect change on a larger scale. So eventually he becomes mayor so he can affect policy. Obviously, that isn't working out for him right now. How do you escalate beyond that in Season 7? Well, in this last episode, they said the Quadrant controls all crime in the United States. And while Diaz hilariously offs one of the members so that he has a seat on the Quadrant now, they tease the idea that the organization is extremely powerful, so it's just sort of a one-off case that he's able to easily kill one of those members. It's not like he's going to be able to do that to every single one of them. So the Quadrant then says that they're going to turn Star City into their port of call where they can ship all of their drugs, illegal goods into the country. And Oliver obviously isn't going to be really happy with that. So that sounds like a Season 7 plot. Oliver makes a list, but it's a nationwide list. So he has a reason to keep coming back to Star City because that's where the Quadrant is going to be centering a lot of his shipping operations. So they can still do stories within Star City so you can bounce around the rest of Team Arrow, but Oliver can also take it on the road and track down these other people that have criminal enterprises all over the United States. Like I said, the Quadrant on the TV show, just like the Ninth Circle in the comics, Moira Queen, Robert Queen were members of that, so it's sort of like the shadow organization that they teased during Arrow Season 1, like Robert Queen and the other people on the list were all in league together in their criminal enterprise within the city. The Quadrant, the Ninth Circle are just bigger versions of that. Let me know in the comments though, all the teasers that we've gotten for next season of The Flash, do you think they're going to be doing a more Flash family-centric storyline regardless of who the villain ends up being? And then on Arrow, do you think that the Quadrant will become the main villain of Season 7? What'll happen is obviously next week is pretty much Infinity War week. There will be new Arrow, new Flash, so I'll be doing those videos in between all the Infinity War stuff. My non-spoilery Infinity War review will post on Tuesday, so don't worry, I'll just be posting video updates. There's a new Witcher video that I want to do. It probably won't post till later tonight, so there'll be like a late night Saturday video, but Westworld Season 2 also starts on Sunday. While you wait for everything, click here for that brand new Deadpool trailer and click here for brand new Flash. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.